Tennessee is a geographic illusion. It's a 440-mile-long glitch physically being torn between three completely different worlds, from the jagged blue-misted peaks of the Smokies to the muddy, shifting banks of the Mississippi. Most people see the neon lights of Broadway, but they miss the ruthless reality. Tennessee is a high-stakes engineering project struggling to contain a massive, unexplored underground sea, a drunken border that accidentally stole thousands of acres from its neighbors, and a secret city that was literally wiped off the map to build the world's first atomic bomb. It is the only state in the Union legally forced to act like three separate countries. Today, we're stripping away the postcards to reveal the 22 systemic secrets of the volunteer state that prove this landscape is a high-functioning machine hiding in plain sight. Let's start at 22. Fact 22. The legal triple state. Tennessee isn't one state, it's three countries in a trench coat. And the crazy part is, this isn't just a nickname, it's legally hard-coded into the state constitution. The three grand divisions are so distinct that the state Supreme Court is required by law to have representation from all three. The three stars on the flag aren't just for show. They are a warning that the state is a fragile alliance of three completely different economies and cultures forced to live under one roof. Fact 21. The eight-neighbor choke point. Tennessee is the ultimate geographic socialite. It touches 8 different states, a feat matched only by Missouri. But here's the catch. This makes Tennessee the literal waste of the American South. Almost every north-south shipment on the East Coast is forced through this narrow bottleneck. If Tennessee's interstates stop, the entire U.S. supply chain breaks. Fact 20. The Drunken northern border. The northern border of Tennessee is a jagged, inconsistent mess. It was supposed to be a straight line, but the 1700 surveyors were working in a wilderness so dense, and reportedly so full of whiskey, that they drifted miles off course. The crazy part? This drunken line accidentally gifted Tennessee thousands of acres of Kentucky's land, a geographic error that stands to this day. Fact 19. The Ghost City. During World War II, the government ruthlessly built an entire city in the Tennessee hills that didn't exist on any map. Oak Ridge was a secret city of 75,000 people who weren't allowed to tell their own families where they lived. The reality check? They were the hidden engine of the Manhattan Project, consuming more electricity than New York City just to fuel the birth of the atomic age. Fact 18. The Bottomless Sea. Deep beneath the hills of Sweetwater lies the Lost Sea, the largest underground lake in America. But here's the disturbing part. We still don't know where it ends. Divers have mapped 13 acres of water in total darkness, but the tunnels keep going, disappearing into a massive unexplored karst system that sits directly beneath the feet of unsuspecting locals. Fact 17. The ruthless power of the TVA. In the 1930s, the Tennessee Valley Authority launched one of the largest engineering projects in history. The reality check? They ruthlessly dammed almost every major river in the state to bring electricity to the rural South. They didn't just build dams, they created a series of massive Great Lakes of the South. This project turned Tennessee into an industrial powerhouse, but it required flooding entire towns and displacing thousands of families to do it. Fact 16. The Backward River. Reelfoot Lake in West Tennessee shouldn't exist. It was created in 1811 by the New Madrid earthquake, one of the most powerful in U.S. history. And the crazy part is, the quake was so violent it caused the Mississippi River to actually flow backward for several hours. The water rushed into a sunken forest, creating a shallow, eerie lake filled with cypress trees that are still standing in the water today. Fact 15. The Vertical Gateway. In Chattanooga, there is a mountain so steep that engineers had to build the world's steepest passenger railway to reach the top. The incline railway has a grade of 72.7%. But here's the catch. The geography of Lookout Mountain was so strategically dominant during the Civil War that whoever held the top controlled the entire gateway to the Deep South. It's a mountain that dictates the movement of armies. Fact 14. The Misty Engine. The Great Smoky Mountains are the most visited national park in America, but the smoke isn't smoke at all. The hidden system is a biological process where the dense forests release volatile organic compounds that scatter blue light. This creates a permanent blue mist that acts as a massive natural air conditioning system, keeping the mountains cool and humid, even in the height of summer. Fact 13. The Athens obsession. In the middle of a Nashville park sits a full-scale, exact replica of the Greek Parthenon. The reality check? It was built for the 1897 Centennial Exposition to prove Nashville was the Athens of the South. They didn't just build a temporary structure. They rebuilt it in concrete to cement Tennessee's status as the intellectual and cultural capital of the region. Fact 12. The shifting border. The western border of Tennessee is defined by the Mississippi River, but the river moves. And the crazy part is, when the river shifts its course, it creates enclaves, pieces of Tennessee that are now physically on the Arkansas side of the water. This has led to decades of ruthless legal battles over who owns the land and who has to provide police and fire services to people living on the wrong side of the river. Fact 11. The Music Row machine. Nashville is Music City, but the real power isn't on the stage. It's in a tiny neighborhood called Music Row. The hidden system here is a ruthless efficiency, where ordinary-looking houses are actually high-tech recording studios. A song can be written, recorded, and mastered all within a 2-block radius. This geographic concentration is why Nashville dominates the global music industry. Fact 10. The limestone bones. Middle Tennessee sits on a massive bed of phosphate-rich limestone. The reality check? This isn't just rock. It's a hidden system for the horse industry. The limestone leaches minerals into the soil and water, creating strong bones for the horses that graze there. This specific geography is why Tennessee became a global leader in breeding world-class thoroughbreds. Fact 9. The atomic cooling system. Near the Oak Ridge Lab sits Watts Bar Lake. But here's the catch. This isn't just a recreational spot. It's a critical cooling system for one of the few nuclear power plants still operating in the region. The lake provides the cooling, the dam provides the backup, and the nuclear plant provides the base load for the entire state. It's a ruthless integration of water and power. Fact 8. The Lost Country. In the 1780s, the people of East Tennessee tried to break away and form their own state called Franklin. The crazy part? They actually operated as an independent country for 4 years, with their own governor and constitution. They eventually failed and were folded into Tennessee, but that fierce mountain independence remains a core part of the state's identity today. Fact 7. The Peabody Prank. In Memphis, a group of ducks lives in a 5-star hotel and marches to the lobby fountain every day. The reality check? This started as a drunken prank in the 1930s. But the ruthless power of tradition turned this quirky ritual into a multi-million-dollar tourism draw, proving that in Tennessee, even a prank can become a permanent part of the state's cultural infrastructure. Fact 6. The Plummeting Plateau. Tennessee is home to Fall Creek Falls, the highest free-falling waterfall east of the Mississippi. The hidden system here is the Cumberland Plateau, a massive flat-topped mountain that covers a quarter of the state. The plateau is so high and flat that when rivers reach the edge, they don't just flow. They plummet 256 feet into deep hidden gorges. Fact 5. The Logistics Hub. Memphis is the busiest cargo airport in the world. The reality check? This isn't because of the city's size, it's because of its geography. FedEx chose Memphis as its global hub because it is centrally located and has the most reliable weather in the US. Almost every package you order online likely passes through a single square mile of Tennessee soil. Fact 4. The Charcoal Filter. Tennessee whiskey is not bourbon. And the crazy part is, by law, it must undergo the Lincoln County process. This is a ruthless filtration through 10 feet of sugar maple charcoal. This geographic requirement is what gives Tennessee whiskey its distinct smoothness. It's a chemical process dictated by state law to protect the brand of the landscape. Fact 3. The Tail of the Dragon. On the border with North Carolina sits a stretch of road with 318 curves in just 11 miles. The hidden system here is the ruthless terrain of the Smokies. The road follows the natural contours of the ridges, creating a driving experience so extreme that it has become a global destination for motorcycle enthusiasts. Fact 2. The Underground Falls. Deep inside Lookout Mountain, there is a 145-foot waterfall that is completely underground. The reality check? It was discovered by accident in 1928. It's fed by a perched aquifer, a layer of water trapped between rock layers high inside the mountain. You have to take an elevator 260 feet down into a limestone cavern just to see it. Fact 1. The volunteer engine. Tennessee is known as the Volunteer State, a nickname earned during the War of 1812. The reality check? This volunteer spirit is the state's true hidden system. From the soldiers of the 1800s to the musicians of today, and the engineers of Oak Ridge, Tennessee has always been a state that ruthlessly steps up to define the American story. It is a state of 3 divisions, 8 neighbors, and 1,000 hidden systems that keep the heart of the South beating. Tennessee is not just country music and mountains. It's a state of secret cities, underground seas, and engineered landscapes that defy the map. If this much complexity is hiding behind the neon lights, imagine what else you've been missing. Which fact hit you the hardest? Fact 22 or Fact 1? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like so we can keep uncovering the hidden systems of our world. See you in the next video.